Hello everybody, what's up? How you doing? So, I'm going to do this thing here. As you can tell, thoughts on Jimmy Whisper's comments, and I'm going to talk about AEW's Best of 7 series. So, Jimmy Whispers 4 days ago, it says edited. Let's see. He says, just subscribed to NWA partially due to all the buzz from the Nick Aldis, Billy Corgan feud. Not sure if it's real or not. And yeah, you know what? A lot of people are feeling like that. Even though Aldis is gone, people just, it's hard to tell what's real and what's not real. And here's the thing. While that is really what's the best for professional wrestling, for people to not be able to tell what's real and what's not, when it comes to what's really going on, business situations, life choices, and things like that, in truth, it's best to know that it is real. I think that's the best way to go about it. But this is real. From the best that I can tell, this is real. You haven't seen Mickie James on NWA for a while. Their women's roster had depleted a lot. Aldis had not shown up on the show for a while. And the reason people are thinking that it could be a work is because of what went down with MJF. That was the most public, volatile way to actually go about it. That epic promo and, fire me and all this other stuff. Yeah, that's what's up. Hold up. I got to kill this bug. What are you? I had to kill that damn thing. I don't know if that's the thing that got my ear earlier or not, but he's dead now. Live bug squashing, y'all. So, yeah, I get it, But I'm going to say, stay subscribed to the NWA and just watch them. Their shows are short. I say equal wrestling, equal promo right now. But I'm going to touch on that Aldis thing a little bit. Because there's more than what I had said. And I watched, listened to K100 for the clip that they showed. And it wasn't even that. It was something else. Jim Cornette and I can't remember what it was. Some other show that I was listening to. But then he said, Jimmy Whisper says, I still can't get into it so far. It seems cheesy as it ever was under Corgan. It's still under Corgan. Definitely not trying to modernize. LOL. You can't laugh at them not modernizing. To laugh at them not modernizing, it's like saying, oh, you're not coming in to the year, 2022, soon to be 2023. You can't really laugh at that or make light of that, because modernizing wrestling, what people don't understand when they say that they're modernizing wrestling, modern wrestling is basically what is the current flavor of wrestling. And that current flavor of wrestling has been accepted as the general consensus of what wrestling needs to be and how it should be shown. Truth be told, that's spot monkey wrestling. High flying, big dives, tons of dives, all of that stuff. It's not about getting the people to feel something for that wrestler. It's getting people to wow at the move. So it's like a circus act. You don't know who is up on that high wire. You don't know who is doing what with that lion. However, when they do the stunt, you pop. You don't really care for their safety. You just want to know if the stunt's going to look cool. That's modern wrestling. That's the modern fan mindset. And it's not really a modern fan mindset. It's kind of what a lot of the spot monkey fans, the self-proclaimed smart marks, it's what they've wanted for decades that wrestlers fought hard to not do. They really did. But then you got the indie shows where they got no dang money. You want to get people in seats. What do you got to do? What makes them go, wow? And then when they hear that, they say the crowd popped. but they don't understand a genuine cheer from a let's see if you get hurt cheer. There's a big difference. And going on how many wrestlers have been hurt, I'm surprised there's not a calling to stop the modernizing of wrestling. I don't like modern wrestling. I don't like old school either. I'm sort of like, there's a way to marry them and make them make sense without being so much one or the other. So I'm not a fan of modernizing wrestling, and I'm not a fan of it being absolutely traditional. There's got to be a medium, and I've seen it. So, just in case, if anyone out there wants to be a professional wrestler, remove the mat, remove some of the guard railing. Do you want to leap over that top rope and land on the cement? I mean, because 50-50, that's what's going to happen. Just saying, let's see, that is a 15 to 20 foot drop, depending upon the ring. Is that what you really want? It's not good for you in the long run, just saying. He says, I'll continue to watch and see. I love Tyrus. He's funny as hell, but he can't wrestle, and he's a disgrace to the belt, in my opinion. I mean, okay, look, you're protecting yourself saying that's, in my opinion. I wouldn't, that's not, look, I'm going to keep it real with you, okay? I ain't trying to be a jerk on that, but you're not stating your opinion. You're stating your belief. An opinion is zero. An opinion is like, look, it's a conversation starter. Like, I got a feeling Tyrus is good. I think he's a decent wrestler. Then someone chimes in, and you're like, y'all have a little small conversation, whether it leads to something or not, but just, that's an opinion. It just leads to a conversation. You're stating a belief, and I ain't got no problem with it. From what I've seen, I ain't saying he can't wrestle. I can't say he can't wrestle, but he's not been in the ring with someone that can lead him, and he needs to be led. That's the world champion. Okay, is someone that can lead. They aren't the ones being led. They're good enough to be a leader in that ring, a ring general. Brian Pillman Sr. was going to be world champion, and he could have led a match. He knew what to do. He knew how to do it. He was a high flyer, but he didn't spam that high flying, because when you did see him do it, it was spectacular, opposed to, oh, he's diving in the ring, opposed to the outside. Okay. So there's a big difference. And Tyrus is funny. I like Tyrus. I like him as a personality. Outside of wrestling, for whom he is, one, feel sorry for him, and two, I wish he'd go to hell. I don't like him as a person, but I do feel sorry for his life and what has happened. So that's why I'd rather not know somebody beyond the ring. I'd rather not. And you can't call him a disgrace. He hasn't done anything yet. Let's see what he do. Let's see what he says. Can't call him a disgrace. That's a brutal word for someone that hasn't even had the chance to do anything. He might turn out to be a disgrace, and when he is, I'll be like, that's a disgrace to the belt. But right now, you're stating a belief. So I'm just like keeping it real, all right? It ain't nothing, you suck because you think this. No. Just saying, just keeping it real. You stated the belief, and that's all. What else? Jimmy Wood says, I also didn't like Cardona winning, but I wasn't caught up on the storytelling reasons, so both may have been logical choices, but I'm going to give it a try. Cardona winning was probably, honestly, he's an ex-WWE guy. He's very popular and hated over in, GCW, that crappy crap. People can hate on me all they want, but that's garbage. That's just garbage. I get it. Like I said, if they did things the right way, just altered some things, they take down these current two giants in about a month, but they're not going to do that. Cardona was more of he's an ex-WWE guy. Let's put the belt on him. And Trevor I think he was already hurt, so they just dropped it to him anyway. That might have been what that was. I've heard conflicting stories on that. And so since I don't like to go on rumors, then I'm just going to go on the fact because Murdoch was hurt afterwards that they just put it on him. And then Cardona got hurt, almost a cruel twist of fate, So I don't know, but Cardona, I don't see him being in the picture. Considering the fact that he's probably going back to WWE, they're not going to let it stay on him anyway. If they did give it to him, but they didn't. So, Tyrus won and the other two didn't. So, But yeah, give NWA a try. Listen to it. It's all good. I think they're in a state of flux of, oh crap, this didn't work, but this was working. How do I keep the tradition? But how do I pull it into, 2022 now, soon to be 2023? There's a lot. And Corgan, he's not the best one in the driver's seat. Just not. Going on what Jim Cornette said of why Mae Valentine is there, because she's got large breasts. That hurt. That stung. Because I started liking her, and I still like her. What they said don't affect me when it comes to her. I think she's hilarious. She makes me laugh, quite a bit. And her thing right now with Aaron Stevens is kind of funny. And Cedar and I, we talk trash on that and stuff like that. But Aaron, he looks awesome. He's starting to look. He's coming up. I don't know if he's like trying to elevate NWA himself or get a job offer at WWE. I don't know. Jimmy Whisper says, Corgan is right about the women's pay-per-view. All the top / notable women are in WWE and Impact. The remainder are in AEW. Who's he gonna get? Who's he gonna pad it out with? Sexy Star, Maki Ito. It would be hard and unprofitable for NWA. Nick Aldis also knows this. Okay, so the top stars are not in AEW and WWE. Okay, notable. He said top and notable women. So okay, yes, they are. But where they also are? Women of Wrestling. Wow. That's where they are. That comes on CBS or something like that. And I wanted to do more commentary on that, but they're uploading it to YouTube, the full shows, like not in order, and that just don't make sense. I'd rather, catch it 2 weeks later and then talk about the shows or something, but I ain't paying for another service just to watch one show. That ain't happening. If I had a lot of subscribers and that's what they wanted me to do, then yeah, I would pay, because then YouTube would at least split the balance. If I'm paying some odd number, maybe YouTube would also be countering that, so it wouldn't be a loss. I'd rather break even. I don't need to thoroughly gain. I just need to break even. I'd be like, all right, I'll do that. But yeah, it's true. That's all true, and I agree with Corgan. But there are women on the independent scene, or women that he could get around the area and train them up, introduce them, get them some matches, win some here and there, against some other upstarts, lose some against top contenders, or at least the more known women. And in a year, start pushing them to be in higher standings, mid-carding it or whatnot here and there, and losing to the champion or whatnot, or losing to the tag champions, something like that. It sucks. It takes a year out of your time, 365 days out of your time to start doing this stuff. But honestly, when it comes to modernizing wrestling, you're not dealing with training them up and then getting them over in a slow, steady way that people can understand and go with. No, you're getting them trained up in about 7 to 10 months, getting them into the ring and in the public's eye in the next 3 months, and then giving them title pushes like in their first month of the ring. That's what you're doing when you modernize wrestling. Modern wrestling don't train long. They just take the money, train them up well enough, and then, hey, maybe you'll get help where you go. That's what I've noticed from a few certain people that I have spoken to and followed. And I don't like that. That's scary, and it does a disservice to the one being trained. And it does a heavy disservice to the wrestling business in general. So, I'm just not a fan of speed training anybody into something. This ain't the military. Hey, the enemy is here. Get a gun, learn to shoot, go out there, do your best, because we have nothing left right now. It ain't that. So, but hey, you know what? Thanks for the comment, and I predominantly agree with you, Jimmy. I really do. So, it's all good. Now, last section that I'm going to go over is and look, if any of you got a comment or something, you know me, I'm gonna read it. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to do that from now on, because I value what you have to say, even if I don't agree with some of it. Maybe in certain rare occasions, none of it. I ain't gonna sit here and chew your head off. I might want to correct some things or bring to light what you might be doing or not knowing, but yeah, I don't, just certain things, So look, the last thing, AEW's Best of 7 series with the Elite and Death Triangle. Okay, they've already had their match, and they did their thing. The first time they had the match, nobody really cared. I think they lost 200,000 viewers on Dynamite. I think it was Dynamite. And then now they have the pay-per-view, and that was Full Gear. Just I say just about over a day ago, just over. And during that match, the crowd, when they advertised that match on Dynamite, when they first advertised it, the crowd didn't seem to care. You could hear it. They didn't. They weren't like, yay. It was like, oh, okay, yeah. And so Death Triangle comes out, and the crowd is like, yay, all of you, yes. And then the Elite does their over dramatic intro, and the crowd is like, this is awesome. And then it kind of cooled them off, and they're seeing all this stuff, and it's just, I mean, it was just extremely masturbatory and going on what they have been and what they have done and what they do and what they can offer in the future is all lies. All lies. So I'm like, all right. And that, going on what I see and what they have presented and how their own fans are responding to them, it's a fact that they just aren't worth it. Not in the long run. However, people are going to cheer something. They're going to want to see something. And even though when their segments come up, they lose fans, they still keep a lot of fans. So it's also a fact that there are people that want to see that. So they're dual facts. There's some people that don't care, and there's some people that care a lot. It's just about getting new eyes on the product and showing that those need to be a mainstay. That's really it, and that's not what AEW is about. So, pay-per-view, the Elite loses. They lose, and I didn't see it coming, but I'm happy that it happened. I didn't think the hammer was going to work, especially after all the kicking out of everything. They go through tables, they fall off cages, and they do all this stuff. They go through a couple of tombstone pile drivers. They kick out of everything. I figured a hammer wouldn't be too much. I really didn't, straight up. Chairs too. Chairs. So the fans were really happy that Death Triangle kept those belts. They kept getting quiet when it seemed that the Elite was on the verge of winning. But the fans love counting 1 and 2. So then what happens? After the match, what did they do? They announced, and this is when it gets stupid, they announced that they're going to have a best of 7 series. Death Triangle, and the Elite. Why is this stupid? Did anyone watching, if you even noticed that, there's something in there that lets you know this was the dumbest thing that they could do, and it's boring already. This is what makes it boring. They put down the date of all 7 matches. That means there is no chance of a clean sweep. So if they talk at any given juncture about a clean sweep for the tournament, they are literally telling you that you are idiots, and you believe that they're going to be a clean sweep despite seeing that it's going to be 7 dates, 7 matches. You're too stupid to know that it's going to go the distance. Now, what could AEW do to offset all that? A clean sweep. That's really it. A clean sweep, or they get one win, but then the others pick up enough and then it kills it. There's no 7th match. That would be good. I doubt it, because AEW's history is to make sure all matches are had. All rounds are done and completed. No surprises. Nothing different. And then pro wrestling has always been, there's been some clean sweeps, and it's like, whoa, okay, great. Catch you off guard, and that was the beauty of it. If any of them talk about a clean sweep, or any commentator talk about a clean sweep, they just think you're too stupid to realize that all 7 dates have been gained. It's already there, and they already know who's going to win the whole thing, and it's best of 7. I don't care who wins. I'm not interested in those belts. How many trios are there, and how many of them are going after them? There you go. That's a vanity belt. Those are vanity belts. So I don't like that best of 7, and I think that's, to me, I'm already bored. That doesn't mean you need to be. This, I'm stating my belief, my knowledge. For me, this is legit. An educated guess. This is a hypothesis, and I think I'm going to be right on this. They're going to go all 7 matches. Who wins? I don't know. I don't care. It'd be great if Death Triangle won. Make them look a little legit. But other than that, So I'd like to know what y'all think. Hit me up. This is going to be here on YouTube only. So, check out, Aspiration. Check that out. Your online banking. Check me out on Discord and whatnot. You can catch me on Twitter, where I go up there, I don't know, once a week, every 2 weeks or something. It's on my phone. I just, But if there was anything going on up there, trust me, I would certainly be there. But there's nothing that really interests me other than, there's Beer Cute, and the ramen and stuff. And I might see something from somebody, but that's about it. So it's been a good talk. I hope y'all enjoyed this. This has been Cedric for CR Wrestling Commentary, giving my thoughts on Jimmy Whisper's comments and AEW's Best of 7 series. So with that, y'all chill, take care, and see you next time.